Because I'd like to see them stand in a court of law and explain what tangible commodity is behind that piece of paper. I'd love to. I'd give me eye teeth to see it, because it'd be hilarious. Are they going to stand there and actually say it's valuable because we say it is? Because that's the truth of the matter. Another thing as well, I want you to do this. I'd love you to do it. I'm not going to ask you, but you know when you get your money in future, write that on it. And send it out. Sooner or later, people are going to clock on. And I've got a question. If anyone could answer this, I would really, really love to answer this question. Do you know what that tune plays? I can't read music. I can't.
God save the Queen.
Yeah, I've got a funny feeling. It's an 80s song called It's an Illusion. But do it, seriously. Do that. Write that on it and send it back out. See what happens. It'll be hilarious. Sooner or later, someone's got to clock one. They've got to go to the Bank of England. Oh, shit, they know what it is now. You can't ask, because my friend over there got arrested for asking. She did. She got kicked out of the Bank of England and the doors were shut behind her because she asked what was tangible behind this. And there is nothing. Okay? There isn't. No one can give me an answer.
That's a foreign jurisdiction anyway. It's not part of England. So it's a bit of a cheat code.
Yeah, don't go down that road. This is the truth. This is what I see as the truth. Okay? This is my truth. I'm the only valuable commodity in this country. Me. I'm the currency. Because of what I do. And to get me to do what they want me to do, they have to give me something at the end of it. Now you might say it's a promise. You might say, but the point is, we talked about it earlier, 53% of what I just showed you has been taken away from you. The only reason they take this stuff away from you is to make you believe it's real. Because the only reason it works is because you believe it's real. If you go to your shopkeeper tomorrow morning with that piece of paper and he turned around and said to you, I'm sorry, but that's not real, it's just a useless piece of paper. What would you do? No, but what would you do?
This is real, it's a job.
Yeah. And if the government come out and says, right, we're going to start having money, it's going to be Smarties, you'd all laugh. Till you wanted another packet of fags, you went and got as many Smarties as you could get. But that's the truth of it. This is why it's an illusion. It's laughable, and you're laughing about it. But I use the stuff to get here tonight. You'll use the stuff to get home tonight. You've used the stuff to buy drinks. But use it and look at it and realise what it really is. An illusion. And it's the thing that enslaves you. Because what do you have to do every working day of your life? Get as much of that stuff to survive. And most people only survive. Okay? They do. I hear. It's funny, when I was in Stoke, I don't know if anyone's seen the Stoke, you know, a few people have. I got very upset on the stage. I actually cried. And I'm not embarrassed about it because I believe I can cry whenever I damn well please. It's my right. And there's no embarrassment about it. It's a pressure valve. In most people, crying will stop them hurting someone. That's how serious it is. It's a natural pressure valve. When the pressure gets too much and you can't stand it anymore, that's what kicks in to relieve the pain, to relieve the anguish. And do you know what? Most of the anguish and pain is generated by the product I've just shown. Because that's what it is, a product, an illusion. So next time you look at it, next time you take it out of your pocket, don't think about it because you don't have to. Just realise what it is. And we don't need it. There's a fascinating article on our website. Talks about a post-money world. And it's fascinating. So don't believe that you need that stuff. Don't let these people destroy your lives because of this stuff. But this is the truth. The very principles of money, according to the principles, there is nothing there, just a piece of paper. And it enslaves you, and that's what it was created to do. That's what banks were created to do. I don't know if any of you might not know this, but I didn't realise that when I first got into this, I looked at a document called Magna Carta. We talked about Magna Carta. I looked at it in great depth and didn't understand a bloody word it said, because it's written in a language I didn't understand. I really didn't understand it. A friend of mine who's a sort of like a historian, Robin his name is, he's an historian and he really does know his stuff about constitutional, or these sort of documents, and he knows his stuff about common law. He said to me, what about Article 61? He said, have you ever read it? I said, well, no, I've read it, but it talks about barons and all sorts of things. But he said, but you could use it. He said, if anything, it'll be a great way of showing the powers that be that you're pissed off. So I toyed with that, and I talked to another gentleman who actually is a constitutional lawyer, and I talked to him and I said, can we do this? And he said, well, I don't know about the legality of it, but we can certainly have a go. So anyway, we formulated an affidavit, and I marched off down to Buckingham Palace in the freezing bloody cold, met a lovely police officer with a bloody great machine gun, and he was really, really nice. He was nice. He actually said, I understand what you're doing. He said, but I can't take it off you because I'm not a member of the household. He said, so you're going to have to come back on Tuesday. I couldn't be bothered with that. So we sent it by mail. What Article 61 was a security clause built into Magna Carta. Basically, if things started to really, really get bad, it says there, seizing castle lands and possessions. I wouldn't quite suggest doing that. But what it did say is, and it does talk about persons, it is legal, it's a legal document, but what it said to me was that lawful, peaceful hindrance without violence. Okay? And that's the key. Non-violent. Okay? Because if you do this with violence, if you try and sort anything out with violence, violence will only ensue. If you do this peacefully, for once in the history of this world, maybe peace will ensue.
Is that just the Queen's birth certificate?
Even if you do it peacefully, and even if you stall by asking questions, can they not do you for obstructing or pervading the course of justice?
Not if there's enough of us.
Not if there's enough. Absolutely right.
Yes. How many truncheons have you got?
The point is, right, the point is, right, I'm going to tell you something, and the people, this is why I was told the other night, because I'm very disturbed, and I'm going to tell you something, right? I spent a year in an asylum when I was 14 years old. Hill End.
And we're listening to you.
Yeah. What does that say?
I'm with you, yeah? I'm with you. I'm just asking.
No, right. During that time, I was locked up because of my views and because of my anger. Because I was angry. Incredibly angry. And I didn't know what at. That was the point. And up until about 6 months ago, I still didn't realise. So I'd spent 41 and a half years of my life not knowing why I was angry. And I still didn't really understand this anger thing. I didn't understand it. Then I suddenly realised that all through my life, what had actually happened was that my mind was tormenting me. And the only way to actually stop it tormenting me was to stop thinking. And when I said earlier about it takes a lifetime of practice, it's one of the hardest things you could possibly do. But when you do, anything bad that's happened to you in your life, you suddenly realise why it happened to you. Because you're opening up something that allows you to realisation to set in. Because all you ever do if you think is go around in circles. Because that's all I used to do. Now, I don't know what's going to happen in the future. I can't predict it. Because as far as I'm concerned, there is no future. And there is no past. There is only now. And for whatever reason, it's brought me here, and for whatever reason, you're sat there listening to a tattooed carpenter. What I love about tonight more than anything is the laughter. It's fantastic. It really is.
John, you created lawful excuse by sending in your affidavit.
Yeah, well, what's turned out, we found out recently anyway, through a little bit of, I don't know how this happened, but we found out that between 50 and 200 of these are hitting Buckingham Palace daily. We didn't...